This is the Gearwrench 80061H. This is the 4-piece PoziDriv screwdriver set from Gearwrench. It's an Apex tool group product of Taiwan, but it's finished in mainland China. I was recently looking for some dedicated PoziDriv screwdrivers. I do have a Vera multi-bit screwdriver set that has some PoziDriv stuff, and I have other screwdriver, just the bits, that are PoziDriv, but I didn't actually have dedicated PoziDriv screwdrivers. And when I looked, Gearwrench was one of the more popular options that was fairly affordable price and had good reviews. If you're not familiar, a PoziDriv screw, here's actually a little icon in the packaging. They mostly look like a Phillips, but what really stands out are these little lines or notches in between the grooves on the Phillips. That's how you can quickly identify if the screw is a PoziDriv or a Phillips. If you use a Phillips screwdriver on a PoziDriv screw, you're going to round it, and a lot of people don't know that PoziDriv exists, at least here in the United States. Elsewhere in the world, I'm sure they're very familiar with PoziDriv, but at least here, a lot of people just assume that, just due to the design of it, they just assume that it's a Phillips. So, you have Phillips, you have PoziDriv, you have the JIS, Japanese Industrial Standard, which has now been changed, I guess, to ISO DIN standards, but a lot of people here just assume that that shape is Phillips, when it could be JIS or PoziDriv. But anyways, you have a, here, we have a number 3 PoziDriv by 6-inch. We have a number 2 PoziDriv by 4-inch. We have a number 1 PoziDriv by 3-inch. In this case here, these actually don't just sit in here. You actually have to push them in. Then a number 0 PoziDriv by 2.5-inch. Let me grab a different screwdriver here to show you an example. Okay, this is a Klein USA Phillips. What's in here? Let me see. Okay, you can see this is a Phillips. The PoziDriv of the same size has these extra notches in between here. You can tell the difference. See that? Instead of just being an empty groove, it has a notch there. So this is the Gearwrench PoziDriv screwdriver set. The handles feel perfectly fine. They are marked with an icon on the bottom to indicate that they're PoziDriv. They feel perfectly fine. These are not, they're not PB Swiss, they're not Vera, they're not Vessel, etc. But they're perfectly fine screwdrivers for how often you would probably use a PoziDriv screwdriver. Thanks for watching.